Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Everybody. Hello, Cicely. Hello, Kayla. Hello, Sarah. I am doing good. How are you? Okay, guys, just give me a second here. We're gonna switch Facebook. That's me. No, no, no. There we go. I am doing good. How's everybody doing tonight? That is not what I wanted to post. Okay, give me a second, guys. Nope, that's not. Perfect. Okay, guys. Hello, hello. Let's switch back to that other view because for some reason this one doesn't let me see what I want to see. Perfect. Okay, guys. Welcome, welcome. I'm just gonna light my candle here. Had it lit before and then almost burnt my house down. Okay. I had my candle lit and I was pulling out my laptop and I threw my altar cloth over top of the candle without thinking. Luckily, it snuffed the flame out and the altar cloth didn't catch fire, which was good. My deities are looking out for me. But wasn't the smartest move. So we're not going to do that again. Okay, guys, so let me explain how these readings work if you are new to the page. So if you guys are new, welcome. If you're not new, then welcome back. I'm going to introduce myself and then I'm going to go over how to get a reading. Okay. So my name is Becky and I am the co-owner of Mystical Essence. I am an intuitive tarot card reader, oracle card reader, astrologer, and spiritual mentor. It's kind of what I love doing. I've been reading tarot for what, 5 years almost now, give or take. Somewhere in there. Who really keeps track, right? It's been about 5-ish years. Anyways, and I got into tarot to originally help with my own self-development, and then I realized that it can be bled out, and I started reading for friends, and then friends asked me it kind of led into me getting paid for it. And now I read for all of you to help with your growth and development and help you step into your power, because that's what I like to do. I like to help empower people. So, there are a couple different ways that you can get a reading. So the first way, let me go over these ways here. The first way is you can donate. So if you have a specific question or you want to know for sure that you're going to get a reading, you can donate using the link in the pinned comment below. Okay. It is a PayPal link, but there is also options to use a debit or credit card if you don't have PayPal. There is no set amount for the donations. It's donate whatever you can and whatever works for you. Okay. I do not do health readings, which do include pregnancy readings or legal readings, though. Okay. But any other readings, I'm all game for. If you want a free reading, I am doing free readings for people who I am drawn to, and all you have to do to get a chance to get a free reading is comment your name. If I feel pulled to you, I will pull some cards. So the free readings are not for specific questions. They're just whatever message Spirit has for you. So if my spirit guides or spirit has any type of message for you, they kind of pull me to your name and I'll pull cards, and whatever message comes out with those cards is what I give you. Okay. If you receive a free reading and you want a longer reading or a reading on something else, please feel free to donate below. If you guys donate, also, please let me know in the comments, because sometimes it doesn't always show up on my phone. Use your manners, be polite, please, and thank you. Okay, being disrespectful and rude will get you blocked. I want to keep this channel as pleasant as possible for everyone and as safe as environment for everyone. I have no problems using the block a button if I feel like you are being disrespectful or rude. If you are not sure if I'm seeing your comments, please just comment, ask. If I see it, I will let you know, okay? The reason I say don't repeatedly post and post and post is especially on Facebook. Facebook picks it up as if you're like, hey, 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 all the way down. Facebook's algorithm picks it up as spam, and then they start blocking your comments. So I definitely don't see them, okay? And if you get a reply to comments, if you are on Facebook and you get an inbox or friends request from a page either looking like mine or somebody claiming to be a reader, they are scams. Please block these people, delete them, and report them. Perfect, perfect. Like that is the perfect example of what I was talking about. Okay. So, Cicely, I need to find your question still. Give me a second. I will pull your question up. I know you paid last week and then stuff happened. So let me do you. I just got to grab your question. You wanted to know the situation that you've been dealing with is going to end. So guys, I am using a few different so what I'm looking for, we're gonna say materials because I can't think tonight. My brain's shut off. So we're gonna use some tarot cards. We are also gonna use some runes. So I have Witch's runes. I haven't actually used these runes, so they're completely new to me. So we'll see how those ones work. And I also have astrology runes with the planets on them. Mediums, that's what the word I was looking for. We're going to use a couple different mediums tonight. So yes, I like to change things up and use different things sometimes. So, yeah. So Cicely, we're going to do you and see what comes up. We're going to give these a good shake. I may have to look these symbols up again because I forget what some of these mean. Well, the astrology ones I know. Which is ones I don't. So you're not to bear with me. Okay. Whew. Yeah, that's what I thought. Support. Okay, perfect. Sarah, awesome. Yeah, it will take you out of the page, guys, so don't forget about that. Perfect. Okay. Let's see what else. Can I see it? Okay. So is this a relationship thing, Cicely? Because the cards that are coming up show me relationships. So I'll show you the runes that came up first. So we have the moon rune. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. We have the Uranus rune. We have the 3 circles for the witch's rune. Okay. We also have the lovers reversed. We have the 5 of cups. We have the magician card reversed. We have the Queen of Pentacles coming up. We have the Tower card coming up. We have the Page of Pentacles coming up. And we have the Hermit card coming up. Now, I forgot to add in the within the month, but I'm seeing them giving me a time frame anyways. There is a lot of pentacles in here. I feel like there's just one. Okay. So, what I see, and this is a why I asked if it was like a relationship of some sort. Now, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, could be a friendship, could be a family dynamic or family relationship, a relationship with a relative of some sort. But a relationship is essentially just a connection you have with somebody, right? You can have a relationship, a work relationship with your coworkers. You can have a relationship with family members, all that stuff. So with the Lovers reversed, I do see there being a bit of an issue. And I think this is just giving me some background insight into it. There was an issue with somebody and you have since broken contact with this person. You've definitely walked away with the Five of Cups, but I feel like a lot of it's left you kind of disempowered. And that's something you need to work on regaining. Okay. I do see this being over. And I do see it ending. If it hasn't ended, it will end. That was what you were asking. You've been dealing with a lot and you wanted to know if it was ending. So yes, it is ending. Whoever this is, I do see them, you or them walking. I feel like them. Hold on, let me see. Walking away. Why do I want to say it's them? You want them to walk away. There's a bit of a tumultuous thing. So Uranus paired with the moon gives me a bit of upheaval, emotional upheaval. Okay. And with the Lovers card coming up, this probably, it's not romantic, it's a family. Because the moon also connects to rules the domain of family and home. People we're close to, people in our inner circles that we consider family. Doesn't even have to be blood related, just somebody you did consider family. But I'm seeing a lot of like erratic emotions and a little bit of emotional upheaval. So support is going to be necessary through all of this. With the Rings card coming up, that talks about support and needing support, and that's what was coming through with that rune, that you want to make sure that you've got a good support system in hand through all of this. But I do feel like it's coming to an end. And the peace and calm, so the Three Rings is kind of giving me like a Three of Cups kind of energy through it too. I do feel like peace and calm is coming. However, I do feel like before this person leaves, like I said, they're going to bring a little bit of upheaval. They're not going to. I feel like this childlike kind of energy coming through in terms of throw a temper tantrum, because with the Tower card and the Page of Cups coming up, the Tower card is like this mini temper tantrum. Nothing overly huge, but you know, they like to cause slight chaos. And I feel like they'll cause a little bit of slight chaos when they leave, when the situation or as the situation's ending, until they find a new shiny toy. And that was the exact words that came through with this. So the Page of Pentacles is the new shiny toy, right? Until they find something else that catches their interest. So this person is very, very, you know, I don't want to say drama because that's not really dramatic, but into things until they're not into things, right? So they get super involved into things, and then, you know, once the novelty of it wears off or they get what they want or whatever the case may be, they move on to the next thing. And then the Hermit card is coming up as the very last card. And that's being left alone. So I do see it ending, and I do see them moving on and leaving you alone. eventually, but I feel like they're gonna kick up a bit of a fuss and a storm before they do. So just make sure you've got support systems in place, because you may need it. The Queen of Pentacles is also coming up, which is saying, stay steady and stable throughout out it. Don't allow this person. I feel like the emotional upheaval is what they're trying to do to you. They're trying to unground you. They're trying to throw you off center. They're trying to get a reaction out of you for whatever reason. Try and stay grounded in, I don't want to say cold, but don't give them the reaction they're looking for. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles, while she's kind and compassionate, she can also be stone cold. And this one, it's kind of like that very subtle smile. She's looking at them like, you look like such an idiot right now, but I'm not gonna give you the reaction you want. You can play these little games, but I'm not getting involved, right? And I feel like that's the energy that you need to keep in, okay? Because they're gonna I feel like they're gonna throw things at you to try and like get a reaction out of you. But if you can stay grounded, stable, solid, that kind of thing, don't give them the reaction they want. I think eventually they'll get bored and they'll move on. But I do see this coming to an end eventually. I don't think it's going to be within the next month. I don't see anything. So let's see. The cards coming up that were upright. Yeah. A lot of earth, and then there was one water. So it could be within 5 months. I know that's going to sound really bad, but so the water signs have to do with the moon, and the 5 of Cups came up upright. So that tells me 5 months, and the Pentacles is usually about a year. So within the next 5 months to a year, I think things will shift drastically. Now that's till it totally ends. You'll see things shift before then, though, I feel like. But to see the complete ending of things, it's going to be between 5 months and a year. I know. Just try to be as mature about the whole situation as possible. I know it's hard, and not to lose your temper on people. Perfect. Well, I'm glad that's doable. Now, again, that's just a timeline. Don't take anything as set in stone, right? Because that could change. The future's always in a state of flux. So this is just based off of where you're at right now. Decisions you make in the future could change that timeline. So I'm just throwing that out there. That it's not etched in stone. Okay. Perfect, perfect. Hello, Angela. You're very welcome, Cicely. Thank you for letting me read for you, and thank you for the donation. Sarah. Sarah, do you have a question for me, my dear? Oh, well, you're very welcome, Cicely. I'm glad that it was helpful. Just a general, perfect. Okay, so let's see. Oh, really well. Okay. Ooh, that's some intense energy. Okay. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's funny. All of these kind of connect to each other. Let's see what the cards have to say. Sarah. Okay. So, Sarah, what we got coming up for you? We have the Neptune rune. We have the Mars rune, which is reversed. We have the Uranus runes coming up as well. We have the Crossroads rune. I'm going to say that's Crossroads because that's what came through. And then we have the Eye. Yes, I do know some of these runes. I'm not totally reading them blind, I swear. We also have the Justice card coming up as well with the Queen of Wands. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles that came out reversed with the Knight of Pentacles, with the Ace of Wands, with the Knight of, or the Nine of Swords, sorry, and the Tower card reversed. So, first of all, the whole thing I'm getting is that you have a lot of, you may be feeling kind of stuck as in to which direction to move with, to break out of a cycle that you're in. It almost seems like no matter what you do, you always kind of end up back at the same place and you're like, there's no movement forward. I keep getting like it almost like this circle kind of treadmill thing. And it just seems like you're not really moving forward or with anything. It's like I always end up not necessarily moving back, just kind of, it almost seems like going nowhere, right? Like you're stuck in the same predicament over and over and over and over and over. But I'm also seeing that you have an ability to see things. You have a really strong intuition. I'm not going to say ability to see things because I feel like this is more of an intuition. With the Queen of Wands, you can see all the runes, so that shows to me that either you have the ability to do some sort of divination, whether it be reading runes, scrying, tarot cards, something like that that uses your third eye. You have a very, very open third eye and crown chakra. So with the Neptune and the Uranus runes coming up, as well as the eye rune coming up, shows me that you're very intuitive, right? And especially too with the Queen of Wands, that's the intuition too with all the runes around. That's what I was immediately drawn to. Showing me you're really, really intuitive. And with the Queen of Wands, this is a powerful ability. Okay, this is a pretty strong ability. So they want you to use that ability to help move you forward. If you feel stuck, the answers are there. Okay. Follow your intuition. Because essentially that's what cards and runes and everything are. They're accessing your own intuition, right? So I'm not going to advise reading cards out of a book meaning. I'm going to say, you know, follow your own intuition, your own higher knowing, and your own higher feelings. So your Uranus is your higher knowing. So those things that pop into your head and you have no idea where they came from, that's your intuition. Before you've even had time to think about it, right? You walk into some place and something just pops into your head before you have time to process anything or think about it. Oftentimes that's your intuition. Neptune comes through in the forms of gut feelings, walking into a place or, you know, thinking about not necessarily thinking. Well, I guess you could be thinking about something and then a gut feeling comes up or an emotion comes up or something along the lines of that. Just, you know, before you even had time to process things, okay? I feel like this is in terms of I don't know if these are people necessarily, and pay attention to your dreams. I feel like if you are somebody who can't actively tap into your, I do also feel like a lot of this comes through in dreams as well. There could be messages coming through in your dreams. I know the Nine of Swords typically means fears and stuff, but dreams are coming through for some reason with that. I keep getting drawn to her sleeping. And Swords is communication, so that shows me that there's communication happening through your dreams, which is kind of Neptune's realm as well. Yes, all of it happens a lot. Okay, so when you're feeling stuck and feeling on the wheel of things and you're like, I just can't get out of it, that's the time to really put the intention out there for the answers to come to you and then pay attention to your dreams. Your dreams, your higher knowing, and your higher feelings, okay? You're really good at reading situations, I feel like. So the Justice card came up too, and the energy that came through with that card was a little interesting. I feel like some of this might have to do with people. I don't feel like all of it does. But some of this might have to do with people. And I got that you were really good at reading people as well. Like you have a lot of abilities. You're just really good with energy, I feel like in general, or at least using your intuition in terms of reading energy. Which is a good thing. So when you're kind of feeling stuck and you're not sure which way to go with things, or, you know, like you're going around in circles, use your intuition as guidance out because it will guide you out. Okay. And that's what I feel like that's what this crossroads is saying, especially reversed. Okay, like you don't necessarily always know the way out, but I feel like your intuition is going to lead you out of these. Because we also have the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. And the Knight of Pentacles is forward moving energy, right? And then the Tower card at the back is also reversed. And this is like breaking open the restrictions, right? So sometimes when we're stuck on a wheel, we feel contained, like we can't go anywhere, right? The Tower comes down, it breaks wide open, and there's a freedom in that, and all of a sudden we can see what's ahead of us. I feel like that's the message for you, is just to use your intuition more when you're feeling lost or stuck. Because it will guide you. You have all the answers. You just got to trust yourself and your intuition enough to let it guide you. Does that make sense? Okay, so there's really no easy way to learn, like textbook way to learn how to follow your intuition. So divination might be one way, learning how to read cards. Okay, or if you're into runes. If you feel pulled to runes, you can read runes too. I find meditation's another good way of learning to tap into your intuition, because it kind of clears your mind and things come through when you meditate. I personally use tarot cards, or runes, things with symbols on them that my subconscious mind can tap into, because those symbols or the things I see on the cards spark my intuition, right? And that's what works for me. But what, everybody's different. So for you, for some reason, I keep hearing that it's developed through use. So I feel like you already know things, but you second guess your feelings and you second guess your mind, right? Like if you walk into a place and you get a sinking feeling in your stomach, but you still continue walking in, or I've had this happen where somebody asks me to do something and my stomach just sinks, and intuitively I know it's a bad thing to do, but I do it anyways and I ignore my own intuition. And then something happens and I'm like, I should have listened to that feeling, right? That's how you're going to develop it, is following those cues, right? Or sometimes people will ask me things and certain images will pop in my mind, and those images, they mean something to me. They symbolize something to me. And what they symbolize to everybody is going to be different, right? Which is why every reader, every person, intuitive person, intuitively reads different things differently, right? So, what's an example I can give for that? So, an example of that, I have a friend who is having some issues in his house. And I know he's not going to mind me talking about this because he loves me. And as we were talking, I was seeing a black vortex or hole in the room that we were talking about. And I told him that he has a portal. Now, to me, when I see almost like a black hole, that's my intuition telling me there's something in there. There's a gateway, a portal, an energetic portal there, right? Because that's what black holes symbolize to me. Now, to somebody else, they might get a completely different meaning from that. But that's a good way to use your intuition. Another way that you can play intuition games as well. So a good game to play for intuition, to develop your intuition, is take a deck of cards, like not tarot cards, regular playing cards, right? Shuffle them and see if you can, and then try to guess what color they are before you turn the card over and see if you can get it right. That's another game, I guess, that you can do. There's lots of different ways. It's just a matter of what works for you. My guides are telling me just to trust what you think and feel a little bit more and to not doubt it. Because it's a natural ability there. And it's going to be developed through use. Yeah, that's a good example of your intuition, right? So it's just trusting your feelings and following those a little bit more. Don't hold it back. So you're like, I never said anything, right? So I would suggest saying something, or if you're not comfortable saying things to people, I would say start a journal. Say it to yourself, right? Write out the things that you feel or think that pop in your head, and then keep a journal of them so that you can go back and validate things that have happened, right? Where so you can see where your intuition was right. Because sometimes we need that validation. And sometimes we're scared to tell people because we don't want to be wrong, right? So um, if that's an issue, then like I said, just write it out. Dream journals, if you get a lot of information in your dreams, dream journals are really good too. Although I'm horrible for writing my dreams out because half the time I don't remember them. The ones I do remember, I write, but if you can remember your dreams, writing them out is always good too. Awesome, Sarah. Well, I'm glad I could help. Thank you for the donation and thank you for letting me read for you. Ooh, my hair. Where'd my hair go? Okay. Oh, well, thank you. I like doing this. It's fun. It's fun for me and it helps you guys. So, and I feel like it helps me expand too because I have some interesting things come through in readings sometimes. So we have the new moon, guys, as well. Today, actually, I believe today is the new moon. I want to say it's today. It's either today or tomorrow. And it is in Leo. So manifestation, and we're also in the Lionsgate portal. If you guys don't know much about that, I would suggest looking it up. I'm not going to get into too much of that because the portals are still a fairly new thing to me too. The gateways and the stars are still something new that I'm learning about too. So I don't want to spread any misinformation about things I don't completely understand either. But I do know that we are in Lionsgate's portal until the 8th of August. And I know that this new moon, I do know this new moon in Leo is really good for creativity, reigniting passions. If you've been feeling really drained and tired, which a lot of people have lately, even I have been feeling that, this new moon's a great time to pull in some of that lovely Leo energy, which is very fiery, very energetic, very passionate, very revitalizing. It's ruled by the sun. So the sun is your very physical energy, which a lot of people get confused because Mars is also energy, but Mars is more your motivation. It's your get up and drive to go, right? So people can have energy and not feel motivated. The sun is your actual like physical energy. So if you are feeling really tired, really lethargic, really, pulling in some of that Leo energy will definitely help. Hello, Rachel. So new moons are really good for pulling in that energy, particularly because we have the moon and the sun joining up together. The moon is the inner part of us, the sun. So the moon and the sun are the two planets in astrology that really construct who we are as a being. And they're the most powerful energies in astrology. It is because, aside from our rising sign, but I'm not even going to get into that because everybody is different. The moon and the sun are the luminaries, right? The moon lights up the night, the sun lights up the day. Without those, nothing would exist. So they're very, very powerful. Your moon represents the inner you, the part of you that, family, people close to you that you consider family, people who live with you, people who are in part of your home life, they see. The sun is kind of what everybody else in your inner circle sees, your friends and people who really kind of get to know you. But those essentially are the two parts of who you are, and they come together in that sign. So they merge together. So you take the outer you and the inner you, and you can really kind of pull that energy into your whole being and incorporate it into your whole being, and that's really powerful energy. Okay, and we've got it in Leo. So like I said, it's very creative, energetic, enthusiastic, childlike kind of energy. That just popped in my head. I will have to make a note of that and send that to somebody. But yes, so if you guys are feeling really tired or drained of energy, this new moon is going to be really powerful. It's also a really powerful new moon to create things, to pull things in, masculine and feminine. The moon's the feminine side of us, the sun's the masculine side of us. They unite, they create. So use the energy, guys. Use it, use it, use it. So I'm going to pull some cards because my guides are nagging. I'm not going to say nagging at me. But so they're telling me I should pull some cards on what the collective can work on manifesting. Now, this isn't individually, guys. This is what we can work on manifesting on a bigger scale for the world if we want to. If you guys are interested in doing stuff on a bigger scale. There's a lot of big shifts happening with humanity at the moment, and I feel like this is why my guides want me to pull some cards on this. So what can we manifest? What can we use this moon for? Manifesting the collective. Okay, so healing and the exposure of lies. Wow. Oh, wow, 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 wow. We can, so the star card came out, which tells me we can use this energy, this Leo energy to heal. And I don't feel like the healing is in terms of like, I feel like it's just a kind of uplifting. I'm pulled to the star right above her head, actually, and how it's like almost that light at the end of the dark tunnel. And a lot of us right now, humanity right now is in a very kind of a transitional um dark night of the soul for humanity as the humankind. So you know, doing some uplifting work, right? Trying to be as positive as we can, trying to be that light for people, and you know, being as uplifting and positive as we can. Now this doesn't necessarily mean you have to be all light and fluffy. I'm saying be helpful to people. Okay. So that's something I'm also getting, really kind of connecting with ourselves and figuring out our own truths. The Sun in Leo also brings things to light. The Queen of Swords is coming up reversed. So lies, deception, deceit. We can manifest that being brought to the light, being brought up from under the surface to be exposed, or light shed on things that are lying under the surface. Truths that have been buried. We're going to say truths that have been buried. Now, this can be a positive or negative thing, okay? I don't feel like when I say truths that are buried, I feel like the immediate connotation is like negative things. But sometimes, you know, we can bury positive things as well. Like, you know, we can keep secrets from people because for whatever reasons, and they don't necessarily have to be negative secrets, right? But I feel like pulling all of those out, you know, sometimes people do things to help people and then they don't tell them, right? They're like, well, they don't need to know, because if they needed, they knew for whatever reason, you know, you just don't want them to know. But sometimes, you know, pulling that up in the right moment at the right time and manifesting that so that, you know, people can be appreciative later on. It doesn't necessarily have to be negative. It's only negative if you make it negative. Um, um, so yeah. It's also a good time to do some meditation. Both of these people look like they're in some they're meditating to some degree. Um, Kind of shutting out the world. I keep hearing that right now a lot of people just need it. They need the upliftment. That's the big thing that's coming through. Humanity needs the upliftment. um, you know, it's easy to get sucked into the deep, dark depths of things. And yeah, I don't want to go on too much about that. We're not going to go on too much about that before my live gets banned. Okay, guys. So if you're watching and you want a reading, there's two ways you can get a reading. There's a donation link in the pinned comment. If you donate, I can answer questions, or if you just want to guarantee a reading, that will do it. There's no minimum amount for donations. It's whatever you can afford. There is an option if you don't have PayPal for credit card or debit. That's the other word I was looking for. If you guys want a free reading, I am doing those for people who I am pulled to. So my guides, my spirits will pull me to you if you need a reading. And all you have to do for that is just comment your name. But please know that commenting your name does not always guarantee a reading. A lot of people were kind of getting, sometimes people get a little touchy when they comment their name and I don't do readings, but it just means that I don't have any messages for you at this point in time, which is not always a bad thing. So please don't get offended by that. So we are using runes and tarot tonight. I have astrology runes, I have witches runes, and I have the Celtic tarot. We combine them all. I'm just that kind of person. I like to use lots of different mediums in my readings. Because I get bored of just tarot sometimes. I also have Reiki runes too, but I don't use those a lot in readings because I'm still not overly familiar enough with the symbols and what they mean to use them in readings. And I don't want to offend any Reiki healers as well, using them for divination when I know a lot of people don't feel like they would be used for divination. But I feel like the runes, if the Reiki runes, when I was meditating on them, and why they made their way to me, because I did not buy them. They made their way to me. They can be used to point out what needs healing and where there's blockages and what needs to be healed, which I thought was really cool. I just haven't learned them yet. It's a work in progress. Nobody wants a reading. It's quiet tonight. Holy. I'm used to more people. Is there something going on tonight? Hello, Crystal. It's the new moon. Everybody's doing their stuff. Hello, Katrina. We also have I want to say Lanasa, Lammas, whichever one you celebrate. That's coming up too in a couple days. Midsummer. Astrologically, it's midsummer, which is really cool too. The middle of Leo season. Super, super cool. I can't believe like summer's gonna be like half over. We're moving into fall energies pretty soon. So if you guys want a reading, there's two ways to get one. The first way is donation. So there is a link in the pinned comment below. There is no set amount for donations. You can use PayPal, you can use the credit card or debit, either or. It does take you to another page when you click on the link, beware. But yeah, there is a page to leave, there is a link to leave donations, and I can answer questions. So if you have a specific question, leave a donation. I can do any question except pregnancy, health, or legal questions. Or if you just want to be bumped up to be sure to get a reading, donation is another way of doing that as well. If you guys want a chance at a free reading, I'm doing free readings for whoever I'm pulled to. All you have to do is comment your name. If my guides pull me to you, I will pull some cards. But those are not specific questions. They're just whatever message comes through for you. Playing with a tape measure, and I don't know why. Katrina! Am I using the runes for this one or just the cards? Yeah, I thought so. Just the cards. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so we got the star card reversed, which is very interesting, and I got pulled to look at the card on the bottom as well, and we have the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom with the very bright sun there. Very bright sun. Just a very bright sun. I'm sorry, that was like, I looked at that sun and it literally was coming through like very blinding. And I feel like that's because all these shadows are being lit up, and that's kind of what the star has to do with, okay? So the star, when it's reversed, represents some healing that needs to be done that hasn't been done. And it typically means digging into your shadow, obviously the stars are nights, right? Which means digging into the dark aspects of you, or the shadow, as Carl Jung likes to call it. The part of us where we shove away everything that we, all our traumas, all our fears, everything about us that we don't want to embrace and accept, and all the stuff that we don't want to process or work through. It all kind of gets shoved in there. I feel like that's kind of being you got to do some healing work and some deep healing work, okay? So this isn't surfacey stuff. If this was surfacey stuff, this would be upright, but it's reversed, which means you really got to dig under the surface of this, and there's definitely some deep healing work. So I would look into that. They're also bringing up that this if you're not sure how to do it, the best way to do it is to work with whatever comes up. Okay, a lot of people are like, oh, I need to do healing work, and then they start digging for what needs to be healed. And that's the wrong way to go about doing healing work, at least from the way that it's been described for me. So a lot of times we know we have to heal from something because it comes up into our awareness somehow, some way, right? Whether it be through somebody telling you something, right? And then you're like, oh, I never thought of that. Maybe I do need to work on that. Or it's from you feeling something and feeling those hurt emotions, feeling the trauma come up, feeling the things, or, a thought comes to your mind where you're like, I think I really kind of should be working on that. It comes up in totally different ways, but it generally comes up into your awareness, and you're aware that you need to be working on it. So the things that are coming up that you're aware you need to be healing, work on those. But I'm going to tell you there's some deep issues that might be coming up to be healed, and this is to give you some new start. Okay? But I don't feel like the new start is quite ready for yet. It's almost like you come out of it a new person, but right now the sun is illuminating all the shadows. So it's like everything that you tucked away that you didn't want to deal with, that's the star card reversed, is getting illuminated right now in order for you to heal it. Okay? So pay attention to what's coming up to be healed and just work on releasing it. That's all you have to do. And you don't even really have to release it. I say just sit with it. Feel whatever you need to feel, think about whatever you need to think about until it passes, right? You just have to let that energy pass. It could be a relationship. Whatever is coming up for you, you'll know it when it comes up. If a relationship is what came to your mind when I did this reading, that is probably what part of it, but I don't feel like that's all of it. You're very welcome. We do have the sun in Leo right now, guys, so there's a lot. Depending on where that is in your chart, it's going to light up some different things. But Leo is ruled by the sun, so it tends to shine light on everything. All things blocking us from our joy and our creativity and our fun. Our fun. It's a quiet group tonight. So if anyone's looking for a reading, there is a link to leave a donation. There is no minimum amount for the donations. It's whatever you can afford. Donations are for questions or priority readings. If you want a free reading, I'm doing readings for whoever I'm drawn to. All you have to do is comment your name. The free readings are just whatever messages come through, though. So if you have something specific, those are donation readings. Why is my phone flashing? Shantrek. Am I pronouncing that right? If I'm butchering your name, I apologize. So, Shantrek, I was thinking about your name, and for some reason, I was drawn to this symbol on my place on my altar cloth that looks like an egg. I feel like there's new things being created for you at the moment. New things coming into being for you at the moment. Yes, I pull everything in. So that's one thing. There's new things coming into being for you at the moment. New opportunities to create something, new opportunities. Let's see what else the cards have to say. Yeah, add on to this message. Here's blue. Right over top of that. These new things are being I can't make this up. Oh my god. Okay, so we've got the Empress on the bottom of the deck, and typically she is viewed as a pregnant woman, but she's not in this deck. However, you know, I find it funny that the Empress represents fertility, and I've seen an egg even before I started pulling the cards, and yeah. So, the Devil card reversed fell right over top, literally flew right over top of the egg that my eyes was drawn to. So what this is telling me is that right now there could be some new opportunities coming in, but they're being blocked right now. Okay? You got to let go of some things or detach yourself from some things that are keeping you from these opportunities. Because this devil card's blocking out your opportunities. So whatever this devil is, typically, I feel like this is more of a thought thing and a belief thing, limiting thoughts and limiting beliefs of whether you can make this happen or not. You need to cut those loose because they're just going to hold you back. Okay, any thoughts, any feelings around particularly self-doubt, you need to cut loose. When you can cut this loose, then you'll see things manifest the way you want them to. But you're blocking your own manifestation at the moment, my dear. Does that make sense? Up in your head too much. Yeah. It's never easy to let things go, but it's definitely awesome. It's definitely something that needs to happen. because that's like literally the card that was covering your new opportunities. So you don't want to block those new opportunities and that growth and development by limiting beliefs and self-doubt. By the way, the egg, they're telling me to tell you it was a golden egg. I don't know if that's going to have any significance to you, if the color gold or golden egg represents anything specific to you, but they wanted me to tell you that. Perfect. You're very welcome. Pendulum. I need food. I'm hungry. Oh my goodness. Guys, also, if you have any questions about how I read, anything like that, please feel free to ask. I like conversation as well. I don't know. I like to get to know you guys, and I like to help you guys get to know me as well. So, quick tip, if you read tarot, selenite is amazing for cleansing. You pop this on top of a deck, it will cleanse your deck. It's also really good for cleansing other crystals. So if you're a crystal fanatic, if you can find a flat piece of this, a flat piece of selenite, this is a selenite wand, which is also really good for energetic clearing and healing. But if you can find a flat piece of selenite and set your crystals on top of it, it cleanses and purifies your crystals. And it's also one of the few crystals that doesn't actually need to be cleansed. Ever. Which makes it really amazing for me because I don't have to worry about cleansing it. Okay, guys. I think. Hello, Carlos. Hold on. So, okay. I feel like I am probably gonna jump off, guys. I am getting, I don't know, I'm getting this very stigmatized energy feeling that I'm not sure where it's coming from, but um, my guys are yelling at me to kind of call it. I'll call it a night. It's been very kind of slow tonight. I'm not sure where everybody disappeared to, but we can try again. I'll be back on what's today? Thursday. So I'll be back on Sunday to do some more readings. I'm going to take Friday and Saturday to recover energy. And I have this new moon to celebrate tomorrow as well. Since I didn't get a chance to do it tonight, and I'm definitely not going to do it now. Why am I heating up all of a sudden? Hello, Brandy. Okay, guys. So, yeah. I'm going to jump off. I keep getting this very, like, energy that's... So we're going to call it a night. I will be back on Sunday if anybody is interested in joining me then. I also have an Etsy shop. So if you guys are looking for readings and I'm not on live, you can also get readings through there as well. The prices are flexible, guys. So if you look at the prices on my Etsy and you almost take a heart attack, please don't. If they are a bit high for what you can afford, just message me. That's all you have to do. I will gladly lower prices. I don't have an issue with that. I'm extremely willing to work with people, but I know some people who have been like almost had a heart attack. So, but do keep in mind that my private readings are about an hour. Okay, they take me about an hour to do. So, they're anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the reading and what I'm doing. So, I'm gonna jump off. I will leave the I'll leave the link to my Etsy. Okay, I'm not going to leave the link to my Etsy using my personal. We're not going to do that. Almost left the comment under my personal profile name, but that's not what I wanted to do. So there we go. We'll pin that. Just edit this. Awesomeness. Okay, guys. So the link to my Etsy is pinned if you want to check that out. Again, if it's a bit pricey, please feel free to message me. I'm more than willing to work with you on prices and payments. If you guys like the live readings, I'll be on again on Sunday, and yeah, I'll be doing them again then as well. So feel free to join me. If you guys have not, if you are watching on Facebook, please feel free to follow my page. If you're watching me on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. You guys are awesome, and I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and I will see you all on Sunday. Bye, guys.